Without the right control measures in place, breathing in dust that contains crystalline silica can lead to chronic disease and cancer. Silica is present in almost everything we deal with on a daily basis in construction, so the action you take today could save your life. In this video, we'll explain what crystalline silica is and ways you and your workmates can work safely with Monier roof tiles. What is crystalline silica? Crystalline silica is found naturally in stone, rocks, sand, gravel and clay. When these materials are processed or disturbed during grinding, they can generate fine silica dust that's known as Respirable Crystalline Silica, or RCS. RCS particles are 100 times smaller than a grain of sand, so you could be breathing them in on site without knowing it. These small particles get caught deep in your lungs, and your body is unable to get rid of them. Prolonged or significant uncontrolled exposure to RCS dust can lead to a disease called silicosis, which is an incurable lung disease that gets worse over time. If you're a smoker or have an existing respiratory condition, you may be at greater risk of harm. It's easy to prepare to work safely. First, refer to the Monier Cutting Guide available online for guidance on the safe work methods for these products. Second, it's all in your Safe Work Method Statements, SWMS, so if you don't have a SWMS or haven't signed on to it, then you shouldn't be cutting roof tiles. The SWMS will instruct you on the suitable equipment, including PPE, that you'll need to have available based on whether you're installing tiles or modifying tiles for ventilation or solar installs, and why it's so important to protect yourself and others. Ensure you have a disposable P2 mask or respirator available. Make sure you're clean-shaven and that the mask has been properly fit-checked. Remember how small the particles are, so if the mask has not got a seal, any dust generated can still get in. You must replace masks and filter components regularly, as they become ineffective over time. Refer to the manufacturer's instructions for guidance. To protect yourself from other hazards when cutting roof tiles, make sure you also use hearing protection, impact-rated eye protection, and gloves. Even if you have a properly fitted P2 mask or respirator and are following the recommended cutting guide, it's not enough to protect others from exposure when cutting. Always undertake a site assessment to determine the risks associated with the cutting method and what the right controls are. Where there's a risk of exposure to RCS, speak with other trades working in your direct area. Ask that they wear a P2 mask or respirator or leave the immediate area while you're doing the work that creates RCS dust. Cutting. The safest method to eliminate the risk of creating RCS dust when cutting Monier products is to use a hand tile cutter. This can be done safely with full PPE without the need for a P2 mask. If using a grinder, make sure you are clean-shaven and wearing full PPE and a well-fitted P2 mask or respirator. Limit grinding tasks to no more than 2 hours per day if using an on-tool extraction device fitted with an M or H-class filter, and to no more than 1 hour per day without filtration. Never cut all the way through the tile with the grinder, as this creates excessive dust. When making valley cuts, use a chalk line to mark the tiles in place, then score the tiles up to 5 mm deep using a 5-inch grinder equipped with an on-tool extraction device fitted with an M or H-class filter. After scoring, use a roof tile cutter to finish the cut and place the tile back in its proper position in the valley. When creating a recess for cabling with a grinder, score the tile to no more than 5 mm deep using a 5-inch grinder with an on-tool extraction device fitted with an M or H-class filter. Cleaning up. Tile offcuts should be disposed of as trade waste. Never use a blower vac because it generates dust. Use a vacuum with an M or H-class HEPA filter. Clean up regularly. Place the dust from the vacuum into a sealed bag, double bagging it for safety, and dispose of it as trade waste. If you are using a vacuum to clean up or an on-tool extraction device, make sure you clean the M or H-class HEPA filter regularly, and more often when there's heavy dust exposure. Refer to the manufacturer's instructions for guidance. Remember, never walk past. If it doesn't feel right, then speak up. That action could save a life. If you have any questions regarding RCS, please contact your supervisor.